What's up, people? Chris, UFC 153, going down to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil preview, predictions, you know what it is. Gonna keep it brief, just touch up on the main card. I do like the fact that, because I know a lot of people aren't too high on this card, as far as just the main event, I think that I believe, if I'm correct, they at least put 6 fights on the pay-per-view. I believe they did that for the last pay-per-view as well, so you always like more bang for the buck. Actually, I don't know if they did 6 for the last one, because it was 2 title fights, but either way, I like when they put 6 fights on the pay-per-view, try to give people more money or more incentive to buy a card that maybe fans aren't all that hyped for. Now, granted, I understand the kind of, dismissal of the main event, but, what can the UFC do? Obviously, Aldo was supposed to fight Coke got hurt. Aldo was supposed to fight Edgar. Aldo got hurt. Rampage was supposed to fight Glover. Teixeira, Rampage got hurt, so I think they salvaged it as best they could. Do I think the main event is going to be a close fight, competitive? No. But am I interested in watching it? If not intrigued? Yeah. As far as that fight, real quick undercard, or main card, I guess, pay-per-view card, Damian Maia, Rick Story. Give me Rick Story. Maia just hasn't been using his jiu-jitsu like he should. Let's go to the ground. Maia should be able to submit Rick Story, but I don't know. I just don't see it going down there. Plus, I don't know about Maia at 170. I don't think he's all that made for welterweight. He just seems kind of gangly and scrawny out there. I think Story's got strength to keep him up and the wrestling on the feet. Phil Davis, Wagner Prado. Phil Davis by decision. John Fitch, Eric Silva. Compelling fight. You got the longtime veteran, guy that's been at the top of the welterweight class for a while, taking on the young, hot prospect up-and-comer, Eric Silva. It's easy to pick Silva because we've only seen him win spectacularly thus far, but Fitch is a tough test. If Fitch can get him to the ground, Fitch can fitch him. But considering Silva's fighting in Brazil, look good thus far. I'll go with probably the majority and go with Silva by stoppage. But maybe that's just because I want to see some new blood rise to the top. So I'll go with Silva by stoppage, but if Fitch wins by decision, will be in no bit way or shape surprised. Glover Teixeira taking on Fabio Maldonado. Obviously, I would have much rather seen Glover take on Rampage. That was a fight I was really looking forward to. Unfortunately, it's Maldonado. I like watching Maldonado fight. He's pretty entertaining, but I don't know how good he is. I think Glover takes him down and handles his business. Glover by stoppage, submission or ground and pound, second round. Antonio Rodrigo, Minotauro Nogueira, Dave Pee Wee Herman. Everyone should pick Nogueira, just based on who they are as a fighter and what they've accomplished, but it's hard to know what Minotauro has left. Herman ain't got much but a big punch. He's pretty athletic for a heavyweight, but he's a flake. You know what I'm saying? He just falls apart in there. He's not a mentally strong fighter. Let's say that, which Nogueira is. Nogueira's the complete opposite. If Nogueira can take Dave Herman's punch, his chin can hold up on with hold under that, and he can get past the early onslaught by Dave Herman if Herman even brings it. You never know with Dave Herman. Nogueira should win this by submission, so I'll go with Nog to win in front of the Brazilian crowd by sub. Alright, main event. It is the middleweight champion of the world, Anderson the Spider Silva, stepping up to lightweight to fight Stephan Bonnar, the American Psycho. Bonnar, who, whether or not you're a fan of Bonnar, whether or not you think he can win this fight, you don't. I am, in a way, glad to see him get this opportunity because he's been trying to get a big fight for the past year. He wanted Rampage. He wanted him and Forrest Griffin on the Ultimate Fighter as coaches, which I think would have been great. It would have been a hell of a lot better than this season's Roy Nelson and Shane Carwin as coaches. It's for damn sure. And I would have even been cool with the Rampage Bonnar fight. I think that would have been a fun fight. But he couldn't get the fights. And he basically was pretty much retired. Semi-retired. He pretty much announced his retirement, I believe, on MMA Uncensored. But he gets the call. And he gets a fight against Anderson Silva. So he's going to get one last big fight. He's probably going to get his ass handed to him. But at least he's going to get to go out the way he wanted to. In a big fight. And he's stepping up. And it's kind of, in a way, fitting that he gets this fight. because the last time Silva fought at 205, he absolutely destroyed Forrest Griffin. And as we all know, Bonnar and Forrest are forever tied together since the first Ultimate Fighter finale. Even the promos for this fight have been pretty damn good, tying in Griffin's Forrest's loss to Anderson Silva, and in a way, Stephan and Forrest's history. So, in the end, it all kind of comes together. I guess the only intriguing or betting thing would be, do you think that Stephan Bonnar will put on a better performance than Forrest Griffin? I say yeah. Griffin, did he land a punch? He looked, I mean, it just came out now that he was on Xanax, or took Xanax. I don't know if that affected his performance or not, but Anderson absolutely clowned Forrest Griffin and made it look like a spectacle, like a joke. I think Bonnar can do a little bit more competitive than that. I like what Forrest said, that if Bonnar can get this to the ground, he's a bigger, stronger guy than Anderson Silva. He does got pretty good jiu-jitsu. Maybe he can give Anderson some problems there. If I was Bonnar, I know Chael's busy at the moment with other outside projects, but I would have paid Chael Sonnen to come into my camp just to help me work on my wrestling and try to exploit, get the takedowns. Try to work on that the way Chael was successful in the first fight and in the first round of the second fight. He didn't do that, but Bonnar's best bet is try to get this fight to the ground ASAP. I don't know if he'll be able to, though. He's not that fast, neither is Sonnen. But I think Bonnar can hang. Bonnar can take an ass whooping. Never been stopped by knockout or by submission. I don't think he's going to make it through I believe this is a 3-round fight, even though all main events are supposed to be 5 rounds. I think it's only 3 rounds, even though it's a non-title fight. Just because it's kind of last-minute notice. Not sure on that. Does anyone think it's going to go past 3? I don't know. Anderson Silva by stoppage. It'll be fun to watch while it lasts, in my opinion, even if it is one-sided. But Anderson wins by stoppage. I'll say second round, either knockout or cuts, maybe. But I'm into it, Whatever. I know it's not going to be competitive, but I think it'll be fun while it lasts. And if you're not into it, think it sucks, kind of want to protest it, whatever, watch Bellator on Friday. They're starting off the welterweight tournament, and their main event is Eddie Alvarez against Patricky Freire. I think that'd be a good fight. So if you're not down with UFC this weekend, watch Bellator on Friday. If nothing else, the main event should be cool. Anyways, that's my thoughts on this one. Probably back Saturday night after the fights to talk about them. Till then, everything signs to Vines. Links in the information part of the video as always. And until next time, want to hear your guys' thoughts on the card, main event, how you see it going down, and any of the other fights. Till next time, or if you're not interested, let me know. But until next time, I'm out.